And welcome back. I got a yawning Kyle
Uh,
with me. Welcome back to the Stone and
uh,
Crane Show, everyone. We got a more relaxed show this week for y'all.
should be a fun one.
Kind of chilling.
Interesting.
Did
Interesting.
absolutely zero research. Maybe did a self dive on myself. I don't know.
Yeah, this is more of a self one, right? Self-reflective type stuff.
Yeah. So this week we're gonna be talking about shoving vegetables down your children's throats.
That's a
Why you
great
should
way to
do it
put it.
more and our experiences with that. Obviously not on the parent side. At least for me, it'll be a few years yet.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, as a kid side and growing up to where we're at now and how we perceive and how often we eat healthy foods and all that kind of fun stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, my dog just
Man,
dropped dead on the floor.
man down.
Dog down.
Yeah. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, I feel like it's definitely a perspective on our not so much as like a fault to like the parents side of things,
No.
because
Kids don't want to eat their goddamn vegetables.
right. No kid has ever. I mean, I don't think I've ever ran across. There's very rare. I remember when I was younger, it was always a shock because me and Skylar's cousin Bella, dude, she was crushing shit at a super young age. We like go off to family dinners places. She's over there eating like freaking weird shit with her dad Rich, and like the rest of us are like, what the hell? She's eating like oysters and weird
What?
things, and yeah, dude, when she was like a little
How?
kid,
I was about to say
and
how old. That's
dude,
yeah, that's
young,
crazy.
real, like younger than 10,
Yeah.
and she's just smashing things that you'd never expect like a young kid to eat, but she always had like a taste for these foods.
Yeah. My
Like
sister
me
was
growing up.
similar, maybe not as crazy. She ate her salads and stuff, and her
Yeah.
mushrooms and whatnot. But yeah, oysters. Yeah.
Yeah, but she would always willing to try those things.
Yeah.
Even if she didn't like it, she'd be like, she'd always try it. But with like Abby, I don't remember her eating it. Skylar was the same way. Skylar, I remember growing up, it was chicken nuggets,
Nah,
dude.
she's
And that
still
was,
the same
oh
way.
shoot, still the same way. But I was not much different myself growing up. And
Oh
like
yeah.
me growing up, it was always, the same thing. It was chicken and cheeseburgers and pizza and those type of hot dogs. And when I remember we were just discussing about how we were going to do this podcast and kind of talking about our parents and eating these things, and it was never from like my childhood memory. I don't remember being ever forced to like eat these things, but
Mm,
as an adult
I remember
now,
refusing not eating them.
but see, I don't even remember being old enough to refuse it. Like I don't remember even much of that because I think at that point my mom was just like, whatever, fuck it, this little asshole's not gonna eat this shit. So I was just like, I think we had a big little burp growl thing going on over
Yeah, he's laying on his back right now with his legs up in the air. He so wants a belly rub, man.
there. So yeah, you like eating them and stuff. And now as an adult, we're gonna brief dog pick interruption of Rebel chilling on his back,
I
and,
wish
and see if you're
if it
as a
wasn't so
parent,
hard,
it's
I'd
always
throw it
hard.
up.
It's got to be hard, right, to try to force your kids to do something because you don't want to be
You know what I
whatever
mean?
it is, bad, mean to them to
I don't
try
even
to have to
know.
eat that stuff.
Honestly,
I don't even know. I don't know what it is, right?
in the
So
way I view it, as being as obviously I haven't gone to that experience yet, but I could give less of a shit if my child hates me for forcing him to eat vegetables.
right, yeah. See, I mean, I'm
I
speaking
think
out of context. Right? I
where
don't have
the
kids.
big outliner is the time it takes, because obviously we're not gonna want, and we're gonna be sitting at that table. I remember that part, sitting at a table. Everybody else leaves the table, and I can't leave the table because I haven't eaten my vegetables or something.
Mm,
And just, I think you just gotta be persistent with that. The problem is that's gonna be taking up your time, sitting there with them because you can't leave them. leave the child, him or her. Sorry, I'm sexist
Yeah.
apparently, but it's just it's persistence. I think over everything, and obviously, as I think we talked a little bit about the methods you can use to not necessarily force your kids into eating vegetables, but
Yeah.
yeah. Another big thing is I think like better incorporating these healthy foods within stuff. I think that's one
Yeah.
thing that my parents failed most at in part of trying to force me to eat is because when they would try to get me to eat carrots, broccoli, whatever it was, it'd just be that by itself,
Yeah.
to eat it. I feel like chopping it up, throwing it in noodles or in rice or in anything, honestly, I think would help. um, I don't know if you can hear that, but
Yeah.
he's not happy with
Yeah.
me. But
I think a lot. Yeah, it's got to be, and like I said, I mean, it had to be hard to be coming, especially from. I mean, like my childhood. Just coming from like my perspective, it was pretty busy, and it was, mom and dad worked full time jobs, and it was like both me and my brother played sports. So it was like I remember being dropped off at my grandparents in the mornings before school, and then like my grandma and grandpa, there's a reason why me and my brother are big guys. You know what I mean? Because it was like, it wasn't like, here's some food. It was like, here's a buffet of food before you go do anything. And it was like, you want some sausage, eggs, bacon, everything, and it's all cooked in lard in the same pan. And it wasn't like a healthy breakfast. You know what I mean? And it was a lot of food. And then it was you go to school and you eat whatever's at the school lunches, which usually aren't the healthiest things, known to man. Or a lot of times I
yeah,
take lunch with me, which a lot of times it was like
Michelle Obama
Lunchables
tried but
or
failed.
yeah, right, 'cause, yeah, or if, I would take stuff with me. But then when I'd get picked up, if I got picked up, from the bus stop or wherever I get picked up from, it was like baseball practice, right, or whatever I had to do right after school. So it was always like, what's the quickest and easiest option for my dad who just worked 12 hours pouring fucking concrete all day, or my
Mm-hmm.
mom who just, was working whatever nurse job or whatever she was doing at the time. And my mom's worked a bunch of different types of those jobs, the nurse type stuff. So it's like whatever she's been on her feet all day, so she doesn't want to do all this other
No,
things. So she's got
none of them
everything
want to
too, right?
cook.
So yeah, I don't want to
In
cook
that
these
situation, you can't,
healthy meals.
you know, you can't cook and you can't go out and buy something healthy because, as we'll probably talk about here soon, I want to get into is the price of all of this
Mm-hmm.
stuff is just ridiculous, and it's why America is probably one of the fattest countries in the world, is
Yeah,
because of how fast food is set up. The
yeah,
convenience of it versus the convenience of eating healthy is
yeah.
nowhere close. It's not
Well,
even the
that's
same
yeah, yes, it is,
ballpark.
dude. Well, that's what I'm saying. And the whole childhood is based on how easy it was just to go pick up a 6-piece chicken nugget, in a fry, and just
Yeah.
take me to baseball practice.
Talking
And
about
it was just
that, I ate
it
like
was so simple.
25 nuggets the other day from McDonald's.
How much you? I want 20,000 of those.
Well, we came up. This was when we were coming back from the hospital. It was late. We didn't want to cook or anything.
Yeah.
So we had a McDonald's gift card. So whoever gave me that, fuck you. But anyways, we stopped. I took Skylar said she wanted some nuggets, and she said, "Let's get a 20-piece." I was like, "Sure." And she was up at it, ordered a 20-piece. I'm like, "Well, I need food too," so I'm like, "Get two 20-pieces, right? That's for both. One for both of us." She kind of gave me a weird look, and then ordered it. And then after we ordered it and pulled off, she's like, "I was just gonna share it with you." I was like, "Oh." So now we got 40 nuggets sitting in front of us. What am I supposed to do?
Like Tyler can't
Shove as
pass
many in my
40
mouth as
nuggets. Come
possible.
on
That's
now,
what I did.
Tyler.
So
Yeah, no, but that's me and Rebecca were talking about the same thing, and it's a lot of that is that problem as you grow up, you eat that food, so you get kind of attached to it, or you get, it becomes part of your staple. You know what I mean? I love McDonald's chicken nuggets. I still crush them. I'm the same way. I go get a 10-piece,
yeah,
but when I go get a 10-piece, my problem is portion control, right? So I go and I get a 10-piece with a large Coke, but then I get a McChicken also, So
Oh
it's like
no.
I want that McChicken too because I'm fat, right? So it's like cutting that McChicken out because now I eat a 10-piece and I'm like, oh man, so now I'm super unhealthy because not only did I drink the large Coke and the large fry and the 10-piece, I eat all this other stuff. But you're so used to eating it as a kid and you get more and more as an adult, it's hard to stop eating that. But, thankfully over the last, few months, I've been much, I don't do it anymore. Thankfully, I'm learning to eat better and a lot healthier. And, over the last couple of years, with me and my cooking journey that I've been on, eating more, non-preservatives and shit like that. But I'm still guilty of going to McDonald's. I went to Culver's yesterday.
Sorry.
Day before I went to Culver's, smashing Culver's.
Oh, dude, I have Culver's like once a week.
Yeah, I mean, me and Rebecca, that's our like big thing, dude. Is Culver's is hard to get away from, man, because it's so good. Dude. But it's when your parents, it's hard, man, because you're busy, you work jobs, you got kids. You got all these things, man. So it's hard to get away and then tell your kids you got to do this shit. And then, like you were saying with the flavor shit, and then how are you going to tell a kid at 6, 7, 8, 9 that it does? You have to eat it when it doesn't taste good. It's the same thing, man. It's like we all have different taste buds, right? So if they don't like it, they don't like it. It's not something that is just like. It's flavor profiles are different with everybody, so it's hard to, justify stuffing it down their throats.
Yeah, and I understand that point of view. I just think it's, definitely, especially as a child, I definitely think it's harder as an adult. But as a child, I feel like that is something that's, your taste buds are developing, and it's something that, you can learn to like, basically, You learn to like beer, so.
Yeah, I mean, I never really learned to like some of the shitty beer, but
You knew what I meant,
I,
though. Are you telling me 10 years ago when you were still, a grown adult, you'd like the same stuff you're drinking now? Some of the crazy beers that you
oh
drink?
no, definitely not, man.
So that's what I'm saying,
That goes with a lot of stuff, dude. 10 years ago, I didn't like broccoli, but now I do. You know what I mean?
yeah.
I didn't. A lot of that shit's the same
And
way,
that
dude. I
comes
didn't.
to that thing where it's just, if you don't like it initially, I strongly believe they should never give up on it.
No, well, that's what we talked to this about. Kind of what we were talking about the other day when we were trying to decide a new topic. When I moved to Vegas, I said that I was going to try new foods constantly because I had spent my whole life eating the same things, but I was going to try these new stuff. But that's when I got to Vegas. I was like, that's different. Put it on my plate because I've never had it before.
Yeah.
Kimchi. What the fuck is kimchi? Looked it up on my phone. Okay, it's just fermented crap stuff from Asia, whatever. Throw it on my plate. And it was kimchi pork belly tacos with some other stuff on it with like some salsa. And I was like, throw it on my plate, I'll try it. And it was like one of the best things I've ever had in my entire life. Like still to this day, out of things I've eaten, out of everywhere I've ever lived, out of all the places I've ate, that's still one of the best things I've ever had in my entire life. And I would have never thought that you would have
That
called me when I was 20.
that'd be your last plate. If you knew
No,
one of those,
no,
we can get into that later. Maybe it's a
yeah,
little off topic, but it's
yeah. That wouldn't be my last plate, but that would be, definitely top 10 things that I would eat. It was just so good, because it was so branching out for me from what I was used to. But like now, one of the things that we eat a lot here is, steamed broccoli with steak and rice and stuff like that. And which is a year ago, if I would have told you that we were eating that, you're fucking nuts, But now with my cooking ability and how I know how to cook and add flavors and profiles and seasonings and things like that, I'm a much better cook than I was. And I've even changed. Like Rebecca a couple years ago would have never ate steak with onions and peppers and all these things, but now she's trying it and she's eating it and now she's liking it.
yeah,
So it's just you have to just learn to like these things, especially if you want to eat healthier. Like I make a broccoli Alfredo with chicken that's like more low carb friendly because you have to eat healthy, right? Because you don't want to eat the noodles because the noodles are bad for you, so you have to eat healthier. So I make it with cauliflower, so not broccoli, but I make it with cauliflower, and it's delicious. But that's got all that Alfredo. Alfredo's not the best for you, but I make like a low carb version of it. So you just have to like adjust your flavor profiles. When we were kids, I mean, especially for me in the '90s, no one fucking knew about that shit. Like, we didn't have the internet the way it is now, and like understanding that there's all these different things, and we didn't know that. People knew, but no one knew that, supersize was like a bad thing, and eating all this shit was going to be that detrimental to us as we got older.
Yeah. Dog, and I think one of the biggest things too, through eating healthy, I think one of the biggest, some people ask why eat healthy, they live just as happy as anyone else, is I think your life expectancy shoots through the roof when you take a healthier approach to life, and that's, I'm just talking about food, that obviously goes for all aspects of life, but being able, and I'm not saying you gotta be fit, you gotta have a six-pack, pecked out, ripping muscles to live
Yeah.
a long life. You just, you gotta be healthy.
Yeah, I think it's a lot of it is about that, right? I mean, look, I'll be 35 in a couple months, and the closer I get to some of those ages, like 40, you start to worry about it a little bit more, because I'm coming up on some of those, worrying a little bit more on some of that other aspects, especially when it comes to the heart disease shit. My father died at 54, heart attack. And the Cranes in the family is just like, the heart problems are really bad. So if I want to live to be older and healthy, I have to really start taking care of myself now and take it serious.
Yes.
And I don't want to live unhappy by eating bad, living that kind of life. You know what I mean? I don't want to only eat carrots and broccoli and that's all I'm eating, and eating only this kind of food. I just don't want to eat the stuff I want to eat. Like, I want to smoke pork butts and eat meat.
Yeah, and that kind of stuff. There's nothing wrong with that kind of stuff. Sure, I wouldn't necessarily put it on your diet side of the table, but it's not fast food. It's not.
Yeah.
You're not gonna eat it and feel bad in a couple hours or the rest of the day or something, or the next day. Where
the difference is
eating all those goddamn nuggets. I'll tell you what, I got home and I was just like, I'm just going to bed, which is even worse because now I'm not burning any of that shit off.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and a lot of it too is what I was talking about a little bit ago, is like the portion control, man, and I've been much better on that. When I made tacos, instead of having 7 tacos, I eat 4 tacos. It's just a little different, And that comes from my childhood also, and a lot of that is from my grandparents, man. And it was, me and my brother joke about it because you go over there and you stay with them, and it's like, oh, you want a frozen pizza? Yeah. Oh, you want a cheeseburger? Well, yeah. And this is all within like an hour. So it's like, and you're just constantly eating food, and it's just, it was never it was a nonstop eating. And when you grow up and when you get seconds and thirds and you're always eating, you live that way your whole life. You're able to eat a lot of food. And then as you get older, you never really burn that food off, And, I mean, I'm a bigger guy, my brother, he's a big guy. Mm-hmm. So when you get some of these people, you have to really try to work now to get this weight back off and try to live healthier, and to do that and eat healthy at the same time and try to learn that as you're older is hard, and it's expensive.
Oh yeah, it is.
And I can't imagine being like we were kind of talking about, like, parents and having kids and trying to work and pay bills and afford your kids and trying to buy all these fresh ingredients to shove down your kids' throats at the same time just for them to go bad. I could see just being like, fuck it. I'm not dealing with it. You know what I mean? Like, let them just eat the chicken nuggets. We'll deal with it at a different time or something like that,
Yeah, it gets pushed off and pushed off and pushed off.
Yeah. Because, thankfully, now with you, I mean, you got a son, and, maybe when he gets older, you got all these different ways and things, and other people have got these experiences with the internet. You could chop up some carrots and put them in a chicken nugget, make a chicken nugget from home, you know, and
There we go.
trick them, you know what I mean, and throw some veggies and other things, and make some noodles and half regular noodles and half freaking whatever squash butternut squash noodles or something, and trick them into eating some better proteins and better meats and all these other things to where it's not just bad foods, you know. So.
Oh, I can't eat a protein bar to save my life.
You can't eat a protein bar?
No, man, I've tried. They don't taste good at all.
Don't like the
Like I'm talking about like Super Duty, like, you know, the biggest word on there is protein, you know, regardless of what brand or what it actually is. You know, it's got like packed full of protein, you know, workout bars basically.
yeah.
Those are tough.
Man, I can't remember the brand now. I buy one that we really like. No, I can't remember the name of it. I'm brain farting over here.
Yeah, like, and that stuff's, you know, if you're not doing anything all day long, you know, that's kind of the stuff that you don't want to eat. So
Yeah.
you come into that kind of argument, you know, different diets are for different people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and when I say diet, I don't mean, you know, only eating a certain amount of calories and only eating these kind of weird keto diets or whatever they are.
Yeah.
You know, I'm saying just take it easy. You know, maybe cut down from eating fast food from like 5 days a week down to 3 and 2 and 1 eventually, you know, and
Well,
making sure my dog feels loved, because apparently he doesn't feel loved right now.
Well, that's definitely. I feel like a lot of it, man, is some people have like a really high metabolism, you know, so they're able to eat a lot of weird shit and stay skinny, and other people aren't, you know, and that's scientific fact, right? My metabolism in some people it's a weird thing how it works, you know, and obviously, you know, my family we're on the lower end of that metabolism, so we can't get away with it as some other people can get away with it, you know. But that's not an excuse for what. Still, you still should be. Now you actually have to put in the work.
Oh yeah.
To if I go eat that donut, now I know I got to go walk. You know,
the donut looks so good, man.
Dude, me and Rebecca walk, you know, every day here, and we got this killer donut shop down the road. And it's this bakery, and they make some of the I want to say the best donuts, but they make some killer donuts. And it's like we're walking, but I don't take my wallet with me.
Thank God.
Because I know if I'm out there, I'm gonna be like on my way back, hit that motherfucker up. So then all that walk would be for nothing because I just killed it all with that donut. So you have to really, you know, watch what you're doing and stuff. So it's now when I get back from my walks, I eat like a cheese stick. And like you know, whatever, like a slice of ham or a slice of bologna or something like that, like with like a cheese stick, just to like my breakfast. Or I'll fry up a couple eggs, you know,
eggs
with a couple eggs with eat a cheese stick and a couple eggs or something like that. Or you know, if I have ham, I'll throw some ham in there with like a couple bell peppers or something, just to have like some type of protein in the morning. But it's hard. Like the big thing for me is, you know, that healthy eating lifestyle is. It's really different for me, man, you know, and trying to really maintain it. The big thing is, like, we kind of talking about growing up kids, is like all the sugars we ingested as kids, especially in like our country, you know, and it's really big because it was like Kool-Aid.
Whoever made candy so big for kids.
Yeah, I don't. Because
that's the real problem there.
Soda too, man.
Oh God, I'm so glad I quit soda, man.
Yeah, that's my.
I'm not saying, you know, it's great. I still, you know, drink beer and shit. So I'm not.
Yeah, well, that's a big one for me is the beer, dude. The beer on the weekends is, and then, you know, a couple times during the week while I cook. But that's the hard one is the 6, 7, 8 of them on the weekend, because that's all that alcohol turns into sugar, which just turns into fat, which isn't good for you, you know. So, but the soda, man, I have soda only when I eat fast food, but when I do, it's a fucking. You know, I get like a large, and so I've been cutting it down to like a regular, except for when I went to Culver's the other day, I got a large because I haven't had a soda in a while. So I was like, give me that fucking large.
I feel good about myself. You think? So, do you think that is, emotionally justified? So you getting that large, like, do you think that mentally will help you versus sticking on that regular path and never going back?
No, no,
So you think
I
you could
don't.
never order a large soda again?
Yeah, I think honestly, man, what I think would be better is if I just probably just cut out soda altogether.
Mm-hmm.
And the only like, because like I was, we talked a little bit off topic. I drink whiskey a little bit. I got into whiskey,
Yep.
different whiskeys and stuff, and I was drinking mixed drinks, and I quit drinking mixed drinks because I was like, man, I'm drinking a lot of soda.
Yeah.
And I
Oh
was
yeah.
like, I gotta stop. So I've been drinking a lot of my whiskey neat, and that's what I've been doing lately. And because I was just drinking a ton of soda, man, and I was getting worried about it because when I was doing that, I was buying 2 liters,
Mm-hmm.
and I was realizing I was buying like 2 a week, and I'm like, but I'm realizing I'm not just drinking soda while I'm drinking whiskey, I'm drinking soda with every dinner too. So it turned into a thing again,
Yeah.
where I had been so good for so many years. Because like when we moved to Utah, I quit buying soda altogether. So it was like, so I was like, I'm not gonna buy. It was like Vegas was a big one because it's so dry out there, so you don't really drink a lot because the desert sucks.
Yeah.
So like you don't drink a lot of soda in general. It's a lot of water. But I think really, man, like the hard part is going to places like that and like not buying a soda. Period.
Mm-hmm.
Because my brain is like cheeseburger, fries, soda,
Yeah.
cheeseburger, fries, soda, and it's like I don't know how to replace that in my head.
No. And
So
I have most places do lemonade, which I would say is better than soda. It's still not, end all be all. I do eventually want to keep switching that down. I'd like to order more water. It's something I've been wanting to do, eat, like, especially when they go out for fast food, go to Culver's or something. I think water will justify anything I need. Um, Lemonade is just what I kind of go with because it's the only other thing on the menu, right?
yeah,
So, that's expect well, except for a Dairy Queen because they want to be assholes. um, but yeah, switching out, trying to switch out your soda for anything else. I mean, it was it wasn't as tough as I thought. Maybe it was just because I wasn't huge into drinking soda when I did. But for me personally, it's definitely been tougher for Skylar. In fact, she technically hasn't quit. She just had a Sarah Miss the other night. But, she doesn't. That was like her first pop in probably months. But I drink, as I said earlier, I drink a lot of beer.
yeah. Drink a lot of water in this house, man. We go through a ton of water.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and a lot of Gatorade,
Oh
which
yeah,
isn't
that's my.
isn't
That's
the
I drink Gatorade every
yeah.
day. Which
It's not the. Which one do you drink?
Gatorade?
Drink yeah, just Gatorade. Rebecca does the zero
I
Gatorade.
should switch over. I've gone back and forth.
I can't drink the zero. That the shit in it gives me migraines.
Mm.
So I suffer from migraines on a regular anyway. So I'm on medication for that shit. So but any of that, a lot of that stuff that has some of those fake sweeteners in it and stuff, gives me some pretty wicked migraines. So I stay away from those.
Yeah.
But I drink regular, the little guys, not the super small ones, but like the medium,
Yeah, I know
like
what you're talking about.
the next level size Gatorades. I drink those. These guys, these
Yep.
freaking
I usually get the
say,
bigger ones, and that's what I have for lunch.
yeah.
That's my drink
That's
during lunch or
I
during the
drink the
day.
20-ounce Gatorades. I'll drink like one of those a day. I get like the 8 pack, and that lasts me like a week. And then every grocery shop, I'll drink one of those a day. Just to have like a little Gatorade in me. And that's kind of like my flavor. And then once a month, I'll make a big giant jug of tea, of like iced tea and black tea, and I'll boil the bags, and I'll make fresh sweet tea. And that's not like the best thing for you, but it's still better than soda. 'Cause it
Yup.
has a lot of sugar in it and shit stuff.
Better
But
than that soda pop.
yeah, so just to get some of that flavor, and that's the problem is the flavor craving.
Oh yeah.
Like, you know, and you're talking about the lemonade. Yeah, it's not the best for you, but at least it's, you know, because there's still a lot of sugars and there's a lot of stuff in it, but it's, and there's something about, like, I feel like once you drink that soda, you want another one right away.
Oh yeah. I definitely agree with that.
You know, but like with like a lemonade, it's like, oh, I got a lemonade. I feel like, okay, I'm cool. You
Yeah.
know, and I feel that way with like I have iced tea. I have a glass of iced tea, and I'm good. I don't need another one. I like another one, but I don't need another one. Well, it's like when I feel when I have a soda, it's like I want another one like right away. So, and growing up in my house, there was always soda.
Oh yeah. Same.
So I'm in the
My
Midwest. I'm
dad
not
is
Midwest,
probably
so
drinking enough Mountain Dew to fill uh the Pacific.
I love Pacific. But yeah,
Man, he
yeah,
tries
dude.
telling me he drinks.
Oh,
I think
dude.
he drinks like Mountain Dew Zero or something now, and he says it's healthier. And I just give him a look. I just give him a look. I'm like, no,
Yeah.
it's a
I
step,
worked with these guys.
but no,
Yeah. I worked with some
it's
guys
not
in Salt
healthy.
Lake, man, and
Don't get
yeah,
healthier and healthy mixed up. Two totally different things.
yeah, it's true. I worked with these guys, um, in Salt Lake, man. The Paez brothers, these dudes, man, these brothers, and they were all like bigger guys. Uh, well, one of them, Walter, man, he was over 300 pounds, and they all decided to do keto together, and they all lost the weight. It like dropped it
Yeah,
within months, dude. You know, and keto will work for you if you really try it. You got to be really committed to it.
yeah.
You know, and I'm not committed to something like that. I like potatoes and I like bread and things like that, and I don't
Mhm.
want to. We talk about like happiness in your life and things like that, and I don't want to do something like that. But those guys, they drink a lot of that diet Mountain Dew. Walter would come in every day with this like giant like 100-ounce jug thing of diet Mountain Dew. He'd fill up at 7-Eleven, dude.
Oh
This jug
my.
was massive, dude, and he'd fill it up every day, and he'd crush one of those every day. And I'm like, yeah, man, but that's not healthy. Like, I don't care if you lost 135 pounds, you're still crushing this giant, massive jug of Mountain Dew every day. Like, yeah, I'm 265 pounds, and I'm not in the best shape of my life, but I'm also not like a super like blubbery fat guy, like a thicker guy, but look at like it's not super good for you, man. Like, no wonder why you can't sleep at night. You feel fucking weird. It's because you just drink 100 fucking ounces of Mountain Dew,
Oh
man.
God.
It's like that's not
That's
good for you, man.
not at all.
So,
Back this is a couple years ago, I think I tried a fasting keto diet.
yeah,
Oh man, it worked. I'll be honest. I only tried it for like a month maybe, and I lost a good few pounds, between 5 and 10. Which is that's about where you would. That's a good diet, around there. But I would eat at 11 o'clock. My lunchtime is when my timer would start basically, and then my last meal I'd have to be done by 5. So I would usually eat at
yeah.
4.
It's like six
So, and I
hours
could
or
eat
whatever.
I ate a bunch of shit between that time,
Mm.
and then right after 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, I couldn't eat anything until 11 o'clock the next day,
Yeah,
and that was the tough. Other than water, I drink water, but you weren't allowed to drink or eat anything else, and that was tough. I don't know how
yeah,
I lasted a month, but
yeah, yeah. I
it
don't know.
definitely I definitely saw results, and
Yeah.
if you have the will to do it,
Oh
it
no,
is
yeah, dude.
something I'd recommend to anybody.
Oh, yeah, dude.
But
I was talking to those guys, dude. I mean, shout out to those dudes. They were listening to this, man. Those guys. I talked to them a bunch about it, man. I love those dudes, and because we discussed it a lot and how much I respected it because they were big guys, and to commit to that kind
yeah,
of weight loss program, man, and even any type of keto to commit to it and do it is sincere motivation because a lot of stuff is good, dude, and it's hard to commit to stuff like that. And in the intermediate fasting stuff, that's a hard one. That's even harder because you're talking about only eating, 4 to 6 hours out of the whole day,
Yep.
and only in that period of timeline. And
Mm-hmm.
I tried it for like a week one time, and I was like, "Fuck this bullshit." I was like, "Nope, I'm not going to do it," because I was so unhappy within that week that I was like, "Nah," I was like, "I just can't," because it was the same thing. But I was doing it. I was starting at like 1 in the afternoon, and
Okay.
I was going to a little later in the night. So then I would like wake up in the morning, and then I was like, I wasn't eating, but I was drinking one of the shakes you could drink on that program I was on.
Okay.
Because they said you could eat, you can't eat, but you could drink one of the shakes. So I was mixing the shake thing up, and that was supposed to be like your meal replacement type thing.
Yeah.
So I was drinking that in the morning to get me to the 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, dude, and I was angry. I was hangry, right? But by the time lunch came at work, dude, I was like eating burritos, dude, full fucking these massive burritos we'd get in Salt Lake, dude. It
Oh
was
yeah.
just insane. So, but and then where I'm at now, dude, I literally feel the best I've ever felt because like I cook like relatively healthy foods. We stay away from like a lot of high preservative shit. I cook, 5 nights a week for the most part, and the other nights we usually do something fun for ourselves, which usually isn't bad food. And then every now and then we fuck up and we go to like Culver's or something like that, and that's usually where we have to really try to get better at that.
Mm-hmm.
But we're hiking every weekend.
Yeah.
And we're fucking walking
Definitely
pretty
jealous
much
of
every
those.
day. Yeah, what's that?
Yes, I'm definitely jealous of those
Yeah,
hikes you go on.
yeah. That's the big ones, man. Is the trying to be more active, dude. And I feel the best I've felt in
It's not even that. It's
months
just the
and
views
shit.
that you see and you post on
Oh,
Facebook, man. Those are fucking
yeah.
beautiful. I'd love
The
to do
water,
that.
the water ones are the water ones I post more than a week, and that's right next to my house.
Yeah,
I
I
love
know.
one. It's great,
I saw
man.
your post yesterday on your bike. That was cool
And my
too.
bike, yeah, dude. Yeah, that was good, dude. It was a little chilly, but it was nice.
Yeah.
But
Really
just
good
trying to
bike.
be healthier in general, dude. Because I think a lot of it too. Growing up, I don't think a lot of it. I don't think my parents had the knowledge of what like you could have now for it. You know what I mean? Like you have a lot more knowledge now as a parent than what your parents had, even though your parents aren't, as old as my parents were when I was being, because I'm a little bit older than you. What are you, 23? So I'm
Yeah, 23.
23, something like
Yeah.
that. And you
I
just
gotta
turned
think about
23,
it.
right?
I'm at that
Yeah, so
point where I gotta think about it because I don't keep track of it.
yeah, because I think I'm 12 years older than you. So how old are your parents?
So, my mom is 20 years older than me. So
Yeah, okay.
43.
So your mom is not much older than me. But like, um, see, like just like the knowledge basis of like where people were at certain times, like raising their kids. Every generation is gonna have more knowledge than the time before them, right? So you have a better ability to know raise little jelly bean better and
Yeah.
healthier than what
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
previous
Every generation has
generations
that
did.
opportunity to do so,
Yeah,
to improve on upon whatever your parents did.
yeah. Not me though, because I'm not having kids. That's all that
Good, you're ending the line. Thank God.
matters. We do not need another Kyle running around. They already have William running around over
Oh
there.
God. I mean, he is the replacement,
Skylar's
so I don't
brother.
think it matters at this point.
That's that's as close as anybody will ever need to another Kyle running around. We are okay. He got whatever part of that genealogy is in my family. He got a little bit
Oh
of me in
yeah.
there. So
Crazy.
yeah, he got the crazy gene for sure.
He's gonna be the man of the house come Saturday. He's the only boy coming over for Skylar's side of it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. He's gonna be an entertainer for sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but
I ordered.
he,
Talk about eating healthy. I ordered 6 pizzas for my party.
nice.
Good old
uh,
bar pizza.
that's
It's
all right.
Celebration.
So yeah, you know, it's one of those things. I feel like you have to make a decision as an adult. You know, what do you want to do? Because I was talking about that with my mom too. You know, she was saying something about, well, that's the way my mom taught me, and I was like, because I made tacos. You know, she's like, what are you having with it? Nothing, just eating tacos. You know, I made tacos. We're gonna eat just the tacos. And she's like, we gotta have something with it. And I was like, no, you don't have to, because that's just more carbs and more shit that they gotta put in my face. You know, and I'm like, I can just have just a couple tacos and that's all I'll eat, and then that'll be my calorie intake for that meal when I've already had my calories for the day and I'm good. And you know, she's used to eating all this other food, and I'm like, that's why your carbs are always high and shit like that, and you're always worried about all this stuff. You know, when you're an adult, you can make these decisions on what you want, what you cannot eat, and things like that. So
Yeah.
people always want a couple of these other excuses, well, like, oh, I don't want all this stuff. But you're an adult, man. You got these decisions. You can make these decisions on what you
Yeah.
do and what you want to eat.
You
You
can
know.
take you can take those steps. It's tough, don't get me wrong.
Oh, it's I do. Look, man. We were talking about, I drink beer. You know, I like a little bit of liquor. I've experimented with drugs. I smoke cigarettes. I don't anymore, but I did. You know, soda and like carbohydrates are the two hardest things I've ever had to stop doing my entire
Mm-hmm.
life. You know what I mean? I quit smoking cigarettes super easy, dude. Just super easy. You know, I never did any hard drugs, so I don't have to worry about that. I smoke a little bit of weed. And then, like liquor, I know how to balance my liquor, so I'm fine with that. But like with like, you know, and it was same with weed, it's balanced my weed perfectly fine. But with like carbohydrates and soda, I quit smoking cigarettes way easier than it was to soda, dude. It's like I dream about Coca Cola over ice. Like that
You
shit
got that
is so
commercial on
delicious.
loop in your head.
It's like delicious, dude. Dr Pepper is so good, dude. You know what I mean? Let's go cherry Pepsi. Like, come on, man. You know, like
Uh,
Mountain Dews are good. Like fucking dude, Mellow Yellow, killing me right now. All of it, dude. I'm not a
Blah,
hater on any brands, really, dude. Circle
blah.
K, I'm all about it, dude. I'm there. I'm ready. I'm at the fountain, just I'm hitting it up, dude.
Oh
I'm all
man, get
about
the mystery drink, just a little bit of everything. I remember doing that as a kid.
it.
Fucking
I'm there, man.
nasty.
It's gross, but it's just a soda
As a
fest.
kid though, they were great.
Yeah, I mean, whatever, dude. You feed for that stuff, and it's that sugar intake. You know, you want that sweet in your life, but you know, with some people it's cake, right? Some people love cake and sweets and stuff, and it's hard to cut it. It's hard to cut it out of your life, man. Once you really dive deep into it and get it into your shit, it's really hard to stop. So that's the same thing, man. I mean, you look at people that overfeed their dogs, dude. You know, you see those videos of those fat ass
I'm
dogs
trying to
just getting
overfeed my
eaten.
dog. It ain't working.
It's a chunky ass dog.
No, I know, man.
Uh, yeah, you're trying to
My
get some
mom, my
sickness to
mom's got
him.
a chunky dog, even though I told her that, and she's like, "No, she's not chunky." I'm like, "Mom, that
Man.
dog weighs more than my dog, and it's half the size. That
Yeah, you
dog
gotta watch
chunky."
that though. If they're young, it's not good
No.
because it's not good for their body and shit like that. It's not good for their health. But like Emmett is 12, or
It's
will
too
be
late.
12. I'm getting that dog fat, dude.
Fat
He's
and
getting
happy,
fat.
baby.
He's getting
Fat and
fat right now.
happy.
I don't want it to the point where he can't like move, but he's getting the belly on him
Yeah.
now. It's hilarious. So, but you know, but dogs get fat too, and when you get them to the point where they eat a lot, they get the same way. They get mad and you don't feed them,
Yeah.
and it's hard. It's hard to get them to lose weight, you know, because they get addicted to the eating the food and shit like that, man. So, you know, it's people are not much different than that, man.
No, not at all.
You fucking, you know, a couple years ago, you would have taken my chicken pot pie with me. I would have been biting your fucking hands and shit, you know.
Oh, chicken pot pie.
Yeah. But you know, you find the good thing, man, is like I said, the access to like the internet and recipes for food is extraordinary. And once you develop the ability to cook those foods, it becomes super easy, dude. And
Yeah, that's something I need to work on. Cooking.
cooking is it's easy, man.
You say
It's all
that,
timing.
but that means I gotta walk downstairs and clean dishes and
Oh man, you guys
start
got
the
that beautiful
oven or
kitchen, man.
stovetop, whatever.
You guys got gas stove,
No.
electric.
Yeah.
You guys got like coil burners, or is it like a glass burner top?
Glass.
Yeah, that's what we got too. Yeah. If anybody's listening to this and you have gas burners, I super hate you.
Are you jealous?
Yeah, dude, I want gas burners so bad, man. We're talking about putting them in, buying
man.
it, because we can have someone, have pipe fitter or whatever, run gas line up and underneath our kitchen, and put in gas, because we just have our stove is over by itself. I mean, you've seen a little bit; it's by itself, and our oven is set up high in a different spot, so our oven's not underneath my range. So we found a gas top that can be set by itself, dude. I want to get it. But the house exterior stuff is more important. But I love cooking, dude. So.
Man, I'll come over whenever you want. I'll eat your food.
Yeah.
Tip you.
That's my problem too. Is my favorite foods are not good for you. I mean, you've had some of my foods, man, biscuits and gravy, and
Oh my god.
what I make for you guys that you guys are over it. What I have, what I make for you guys, chicken parm or something like that. What would I make? Yeah, make chicken parm.
Yep. Parm. Oh, that was good
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Foaming at the mouth over here. Anyways,
Yeah.
talking about our
see,
favorite foods. You want to get on with last
dude,
meals?
We can
Wrap
talk
it
about
up?
Yeah, let's wrap it up with last. We can do that. I guess.
Okay, let's do last meal. Since the last meal doesn't obviously not, we're throwing healthy out the fucking door.
Yeah.
So let's do your main entree with a side, and then dessert.
Man. Oh man.
And a drink. So starting with the entree, I'll go this big for people that can't see me. This big. That big of a salmon. I want the biggest salmon I can look at. Right?
2-footer.
Fucking 2-footer, man. Just
2-foot slab of
drenched
salmon.
in everything you could think of that you would put on a fish. Oh my god. That's yummy. Oh man, just thinking about it. I love salmon. I love fish in general, but salmon is for sure definitely. I think obviously this is another one of those things that'll probably change year to year, but right now, man, I could go for a big old salmon right now. Weird side, my side would be the most stuffed baked potato you have ever seen. With sour cream, bacon, cheese, everything. Throw some peppers on it, throw everything on it. I don't care. Salt, pepper. I would love to have that carbon filled bun thing. Whatever you want to call it. It would also be huge. I'm eating until my stomach explodes.
Yeah.
I'll save my dessert for after. You have your entree in mind yet?
What's that?
I said you got your entree in mind yet?
Oh man, I mean, that's where it's hard, dude. I like so many foods, like so many different styles of food.
Yeah, there's definitely other things I could go for.
If I had something that I would, this was like the last thing you could eat. I mean, oh man, it would probably have to be like, oh man, it'd probably have to be like a trio platter from this barbecue place, Rolling Smoke in Vegas. Just the brisket, the pulled pork, and then probably like ribs and and then sides like collard greens and mac and cheese, and then with cornbread, and then I'd probably die a happy man. This is probably one of the best barbecue places I've ever been to, and I love, I like a lot of stuff. You know, if it wasn't that, it'd probably be like the biggest Italian beef sandwich you could think of, because that's usually my go-to anytime I go any place, is either a French dip
Yeah.
or an Italian beef. Because I love that style of sandwich. But I love smoked meats.
Yeah.
And smoking meat is one of my new passions I discovered last year. I started smoking meats, and this year that's going to be one of my big new things is smoking meats. So, but that barbecue place, man, was just some of the best I'd ever had. So that would probably be it, man.
Sounds good.
Yeah, definitely not healthy.
No.
Probably one of the healthier options out of some of the other foods I might take.
I feel like mine's not too terrible. I mean, fish is pretty good.
Salmon's actually not that bad for you at all, man. Especially out of all the because at least you didn't pick like fried fish. You know what I mean? Deep fried fish.
I would take
good. Salmon
over like fried cod, fried anything. I'm not. Yeah. I love fish, but I like fried fish too. But I loved baked fish over.
Yeah.
Over anything, or over any other fish, anyways.
Yeah, you like smoked salmon too?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that's what I meant, not baked.
It's good either way, right? I mean,
yeah.
Well, pan-seared or smoked salmon is good either way, right? So
yeah. No, I meant smoked salmon. Sorry.
Salmon, dude. You like tuna too, then?
Yeah, I eat tuna. I used to have tuna like every day for lunch.
Have you ever had like real thick like red tuna?
No.
Like ahi, like big fucking chunked. Yeah, dude. There's this restaurant in Vegas, man, and you get like these big steak sandwiches.
Why did you leave Vegas? It sounds so good.
Oh, dude. Dude, Vegas, I'm telling you, man. That's the thing about Vegas is the food is through the fucking roof. It has to be. It's Vegas, right?
Yeah.
So, you get like these big tuna steaks, they're fucking huge, and they put it on a sandwich, dude. And, they sear it medium rare, and it's like still pink in the middle, but it's just so good, dude. It's just you get this beautiful tuna. Yeah, it's just delicious, dude. Yeah, can't go wrong with fish, dude.
Nah.
Yeah.
And for dessert, I would have a lava cake, just melting chocolate coming out of it, a bunch of ice cream on the side, whipped cream, a handful of cherries, sweet freaking cherries thrown on top with a big glass of chocolate milk on the side. I don't think we said our drink, but that'd be my dessert, man.
Yeah, you throw a beer in there with it. I'll take a Sierra Nevada Pale Ale. That'd be my go-out beer, dude. Sierra Nevada Pale Ale is one of my favorite beers of all time, so I'll take that. Mine would be German chocolate cake from Bohemia in Bohemia in Salt Lake City. This restaurant there, this German style restaurant there in Salt Lake was delicious, and they had this German chocolate cake was just a fire, man. So it is one of the best cakes I've ever had, dude. And I'm a big cake guy, so that thing was just amazing.
Yeah.
I'm with you on that. Yeah.
Oh, this food
eat healthy,
talk.
People. Eat healthy.
Yes, we talk about our.
You can imagine.
Let's end on a healthy note, right? What do you think is your favorite healthiest food? I'm not saying end. I'm just saying if you had to choose a healthy food, what would you eat like today?
I mean, what I've been eating a lot lately, man, is like steamed broccoli.
Sounds good.
Yeah, dude, I've been using it in the rice cooker. So I've been making brown rice with beef broth, like low sodium beef broth in my rice cooker, and that rice cooker has a steamer on top. So I've been putting my broccoli in that steamer, so it's steamed with that beef broth liquid. So when it comes out, it's like that you get that good broccoli flavor, but you also get like that beef broth flavor in that broccoli. So it is fucking killer. And then I make a marinade for my steak, and I drench a little bit of that on there, which is just soy sauce, Worcestershire, lime juice, pepper flake, a little bit of olive oil, and not too much because it's not really good for you. A lot of those other things aren't good for you either, so you don't put a lot, but just a little bit, just to kind of mix it up.
Yeah,
And
for sure.
it's just like everything else, right? You don't want to use a lot of your, your dipping sauces, and so you don't use a lot of it. But yeah, that's probably one of my favorite healthier things, alternatives that I've been trying to eat as more of is like that is broccoli, and then I like carrots and anything that are cooked. I'm not a big raw carrot eater. I can't.
I love munching on raw carrots, man.
I can't.
Nice and cold.
It's a texture.
Crunching.
About the texture. Yeah.
I like how people say like a carrot is like your finger because like apparently you can bite a finger off just as easy as a carrot. I definitely don't believe that, but they say it.
It only takes like a little bit of pressure to bite a finger off.
Between the joint, yeah.
You gotta get at the joint, right, and get through the joint, because it's just like getting through a chicken joint. It's the same thing. I've snapped plenty of chicken carcasses up, so it's the same way. But yeah, I don't know. It's about the texture of carrots, but I like steamed carrots in the same way. Cut a couple carrots up, throw them in that steamer. It's the same concept for me. So, what about you? What's your favorite healthy?
I just had it in my head. It would be some sort of rice meal, as kind of like yours. Probably chicken though.
Yeah.
Chicken and rice.
Yeah, rice has got a lot of carbs in it.
Still healthy.
So you would get.
Ish.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it's a lot better than eating. Well, it depends on the rice. Brown rice is better for you than white rice.
I'm good with either.
Yeah, I like brown rice. A lot of people don't like brown rice, but I like brown rice. I think it's still good. It's a little chewier, but if you cook it right, it's fine. I got that bitch in a rice cooker, dude. So that's the way to go. If you're gonna listen to this, you don't have a rice cooker, man. Invest in a rice cooker. It's the best thing ever. Do you have a rice cooker?
Nah, I don't think so.
Oh yeah, dude. They're just like the best thing. Just like rice in, water in, boop, hit the timer, and it's just like I walk away from it, and then once you learn how long it takes for that particular rice cooker to cook that rice, you can cook your other food and stuff like that. And mine has a keep warm option, so I just hit keep warm while everything else is cooking, and it's fucking good to go. And it's just so super easy compared to like. Not that making rice is hard in a pot, it's just perfect every time in the rice cooker. So it just makes it super easy. You don't gotta buy like the best version ever, but you can buy like a cheaper version and like still get really good rice out of that. So yeah, rice cookers are legit, dude.
I think I really want to learn how to cook fish. Going back to our last meal.
Yeah.
I would love to learn how to cook myself.
Yeah, I'm not.
Salmon.
That's the one thing I'm not experienced in, man. So I don't. It's one thing I don't do a lot of because Rebecca doesn't do fish. So
yeah, Skylar doesn't do fish either. So
yeah, which is freaking weird because she spent so much time with us up in Hayward every year, and like we ate so much fish up there. So it's always funny that a lot of us people don't like fish. It's crazy. She doesn't eat anything. She never ate shit growing up, dude.
Nuggies.
She loves her nuggies. Freaking Sky.
Okay. You got any last comments?
No, man. Just people with kids, try to trick them into eating stuff.
Yeah, eat healthy yourself. It makes it easier. I mean, if you can be making yourself something healthy, just change your diet, man. So you can have a good diet for them. Yeah. Even if you don't have kids, obviously.
Yeah, you have to, man. Try to live a long time.
Oh man, it's
we got to live
makes you feel better so much. I mean, it's crazy how much your body goes. Yes.
I
like
mean,
pulling
and
Mike out of
yeah,
his
dude.
thing.
Man, physically is a big thing, man. But for I know we don't talk about it much for me, but like mentally, it's a huge battle, dude. And the food thing is so much better, dude. When you're not eating shit, it helps a ton. Like when you're not having to worry about eating like crap. So eating healthy and when your body feels good, you feel good. So
Okay.
it's way better for you.
Yes. Let's wrap it up. Leave a like, subscribe, leave a comment. We would love a
Yeah.
comment. Join us next Wednesday. No race this weekend, so next show will be
Nope.
next Wednesday on a subject that we are unaware of yet. So we'll get that
Unawares.
figured out and bring out another episode for y'all. Have a good week.
Peace.